So imagine, you know, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous. But it's just a 1 week of practice, so I'm just truly thankful, you know, that
Put it this way. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants Shedeur Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. The reason being is, don't tell me what he said, don't tell me what he's saying. I'm going off.
Cam Newton wasn't speaking off impulse. He was speaking off evidence. And what he hinted at behind the scenes is far wilder than anyone expects. When he brought up the so-called locker room drama, he didn't drop it casually. He delivered it like a man holding receipts, footage, and a signed confession all at once. The moment Shedeur Sanders walked into the room, everything shifted. It wasn't just a change, it was a snap. Kevin Stefanski suddenly looked less like a head coach and more like someone trying to patch a sinking ship with duct tape and motivational slogans, hidden motives, quiet tension, a playbook that felt designed for an entirely different sport. Cam painted a picture that wasn't gossip. It was a warning. Cam didn't sit in that podcast chair like a guest. He sat down like a man carrying classified NFL files, prepared to shake the room. As soon as the names Shedeur Sanders and Kevin Stefanski came up, Cam leaned forward, almost like he was pulling ghosts out of old playbooks and grudges nobody had admitted to. He didn't warm up. He didn't soften the blow. He slapped a giant "we need to talk" sign across the entire league with one statement. Because according to Cam, there is no universe, not even Madden on rookie mode, where Stefanski genuinely wants Shedeur to shine. Stefanski smiles for cameras, taps helmets, delivers friendly sound bites like he's writing a handbook on leadership.
Only a week of practice, I was able to do that. Well, just give me more, and I will be able to give you more. The reason why he's running or rolling out, he probably slid the protection the wrong way, and he knew, okay, I have to make a play. That throw that he made was a wild play. When was the last time? And that is including Johnny Manziel. That is including Zap. That is including Baker Mayfield. That is including every single...
But beneath that calm exterior, Cam suggests a coach who treats Shedeur's success like an unwanted spotlight, something to downplay, ignore, or smother. Nobody talks about it. Nobody dares bring it up. But then came the locker room moment, the one that flipped everything upside down. Shedeur walked in with the kind of confidence usually reserved for people who win arguments before they even start them. The energy didn't just shift, it snapped. His presence carried weight, pressure, ambition, raw potential. And everyone felt it at the same second. The equipment manager, the trainers, even the players trying not to look impressed. The room collectively realized a new force had stepped in, and that's the exact moment Cam Newton said the quiet part out loud, loudly. Even the Gatorade bottle on the shelf seemed like it turned its label slightly, bracing itself as if to say, "Here comes the storm." Cam painted Stefanski like a man watching his house get slowly eaten by termites, calm on the surface, chaos hammering on the inside.
So my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
If he had said to you guys, hey, I want to play, I can play, I mean, would that have factored into this at all? Or what was the thinking behind that and how'd that go?
Yeah, he obviously came in Saturday with his back injury. We were hopeful that he'd be able to move around.
Stefanski wasn't having any of it, not even a little. Cam didn't have to spell it out. The picture was clear. Stefanski looked like a man running low on vitamins, holding his stress together while imagining Shedeur stealing the spotlight. If Shedeur shines too bright, Stefanski becomes the guy holding a flashlight while someone else fixes the engine. And that image hits hard. The funniest part? Everyone pretends it's sunshine and smiles for the cameras. Sports media keeps that calm, neutral voice. Everything's fine. Chemistry is great. Everyone's aligned. Meanwhile, Cam sits there like a parent staring at a suspicious report card. He already knows the truth. Wonderful isn't the word he'd choose. He'd pick explosive, heated, or maybe that Thanksgiving dinner where two uncles sit at opposite ends of the table, ready to start a scene. Stefanski supposedly believes quarterbacks shouldn't walk in acting like the main character. But Shedeur, he entered like the star of a trilogy that hasn't even been filmed yet, but already has merch, posters, and a promotional tour locked in. Some players whisper confidence. Shedeur walks in with a megaphone, a spotlight, and the room adjusts around him. Cam cuts through the tension like someone smashing a glass to stop a wedding. Loud, dramatic, impossible to ignore. Without saying a word, the message is clear. This isn't about football anymore. This is ego versus ego. Coaches hate that kind of freedom. Fans devour it.
Single moment of like, yeah, that was a good moment for our team. Why is that? A lot of people are wondering that, Shefty.
Yeah, well, I think, and I know a lot of people are up in arms with the way Kevin Stefanski has treated Shedeur Sanders. I think he's been quietly supportive behind the scenes. Like, he's worked with him every single day. He supports them.
Everyone in the locker room feels the air change. When Shedeur speaks, heads turn, not because he begs for attention, but because confidence has a sound and it hits the room like a bass line. Players recognize real energy. Stefanski feels it too, even if he wishes he didn't. Whispers float like a countdown. If Shedeur keeps winning, the team will orbit him. Not because anyone dislikes Stefanski, but because momentum is magnetic. Players move toward the sun, and Shedeur is that sun. Stefanski suddenly looks like a man downgraded to a supporting role in someone else's movie. Coaches who cling to the system get replaced. Coaches who unleash the superstar? Years later, they're doing victory laps in documentaries. Cam shouted from the rooftops that Stefanski might choose pride over sense. And he wasn't attacking, he was diagnosing. He spoke like someone who had lived through it. Coaches who love great quarterbacks, just not the ones who rearrange power the second they walk in. Shedeur? He doesn't try. He shifts the structure just by existing. It's the perfect storm. One coach who can't stand losing control, and one quarterback who's never pretended he should give any of it up. That's why this story isn't cooling off. It's heating up like the thermostat is cranked to max. You feel it in every small moment, the tension tightening or loosening between them. At some point, week 1, week 10, deep in the playoffs, someone is going to snap that tension rope clean in half. Stefanski will either embrace the chaos and go down as the coach who unleashed a superstar, or resist it and be remembered as the one who stood in the way. Cam didn't start the fire. He just cracked open the silence and said, "Hey, you smell that too, right?" Shedeur isn't slowing down. Stefanski isn't loosening up. The locker room isn't oblivious. And the clock is ticking fast because swagger doesn't shrink. Ambition doesn't shrink. But comfort evaporates quickly. If Cam is right, and he said it with the tone of a man who isn't guessing, this isn't about whether Shedeur will win. It's about how long everyone can pretend they're okay with him winning. If he starts early, loudly, and repeatedly, the team doesn't just follow. They orbit him. Touchdowns feel personal. Plays look like signatures. Freedom terrifies coaches, but excites fans. Heads turn. Whispered rumors float. Momentum builds. Stefanski isn't fighting a player. He's fighting gravity. And nobody beats gravity. At some point, the collision is inevitable. The superstar isn't slowing down. The coach isn't yielding. The locker room knows. And the rest of the league? They're sitting back with popcorn, waiting for the explosion.